All right, we're out in the shop today. We're going to start on a new project. So next spring, I think, we're going to be doing a patio on the back side of our house. And for the centerpiece of that, we want to do a large fire pit. So I bought this propane tank. It's a 500-gallon propane tank. I don't know, well, actually last year now at this point. We're into 25. But it's an old one. It's been vented and everything. I've already drilled a couple holes in it just to make sure she is depleted. But I'm going to cut the ends off of this tank and we're going to weld them together and make a spherical fire pit. Yeah, it's snowing out here today. I'm probably going to have to go into work later and do some plowing. I think we're supposed to get anywhere from 1 to 10 inches. I don't know. The weather reports are all over the place, but that's kind of typical. So I bought a new blade for my skill saw, one of those Diablo, what are they called? I don't know. They're supposed to be able to cut through like 1/2-inch plate steel. I'm going to give that a shot on this and see how it goes. If that doesn't work, probably resort to a grinder, I guess. It's going to take a while to cut all the way around these. I'm just planning on going right next to the weld right here, so I have a nice straight edge to work off of. That's the plan. We'll get this thing cut apart and go from there.
Don't know where I'm going, but this road I'm on is taking me places I've never been. I don't do well on my own, but when you're here I swear I'm home.
Alright, well, didn't ruin the blade yet, but this blade is not working. Steel Demon is what it's called, Diablo Steel Demon, and I believe they're rated for, I'd have to look it up again, it's like 4,000 RPM or something. I've seen a lot of videos of people using these on skill saws and it works fine. This, however, being on that radius, I keep getting in a bind, and it's probably at least 1/2 inch thick, so it's struggling. I think I'm gonna have to drag the cords out, get the plasma cutter out here, probably reposition this. But right now I gotta go get ready for work. I gotta go in and plow, so that might be it for today. Maybe hit this again tomorrow. I don't know, at some point this weekend. Probably be buried in snow, so it's gonna make it even more fun.
The love you give is more than I could ever pay. Well, I just moved out west, and God, I'm scared to death of the things that people are aiming me to be. And how do I make sense of all this shit I'm in? It's like everyone wants to help but no one can see. And when I close my eyes and think about my dreams, it's a million eyes and one set of strings. And I'm convinced.
Hopefully it stops when it lands on its feet and doesn't just keep going. Might have to rock it our way a bit. Okay. Got like 3 feet to go on each end. All right, we got 4 or 5 inches left to cut there. We're gonna see if this thing falls off on its own or if we're gonna have to beat it with a sledgehammer. We might have to hit it. Grab a hammer. Whew, that made it pretty Kick the exhaust fan on now. That's gonna be a big fire pit. Apparently we didn't have to smack that one. All right, so we got the ends all cut off. We're gonna, for the base of this fire pit, we're gonna use an old brake drum off of a semi. It looks like it might be a little high, but we're just gonna kind of do a test run on it and see if that's too high when we're actually having a fire in this thing. It might be kind of nice if you want to stand around the fire instead of sit, or if you want to put your feet under here a little bit. I'm assuming once this all gets real hot, it's probably going to radiate a lot of heat good. So I need to get this leveled onto there. I'm not going to weld it to the base yet because we need to get the top on there first, and then I want to actually take it off of the base. That way I can roll it around while I'm welding it instead of trying to weld this seam horizontally. It'll be a lot easier if I can tip this ball up and weld it vertically. It'll just be easier. So anyways, we're gonna weld the hook on here, lift this up with the cherry picker, set it on here, and then we'll pop it off the drum.
The only one that knows me. With you I'm already the man I wanna be. They don't understand just how much your heart means. It saved my life, it helped me forget the pain. And don't you worry, the love we have won't leave. You ain't in my head, you're in the way I breathe. One thing I miss most about the place I...
All right, we just got it tacked together now. I'm gonna set it on the ground, let it roll on its side, then we'll block it up somehow. That way I can weld this thing vertically instead of trying to finish that horizontally. Some of my gaps are huge, unfortunately, but I can fill them.
There's no one saw me as more than just a kid. When this machine tries to buy me out, I'll scream out to the crowds, I'm a busted ass boy that was built on honesty. Mama always said to me,
stay. All right, we got like a half hour welding now. It's a long seam to weld.
well, son, you're something to see. Where would I be without you believing in me? I got some boys that would die for me, and a girl that would never leave. What else could a man ever need?
All right, so apparently the battery died last night. I don't think we got any of this on video, but we got the hole cut out of the top, got the chimney welded in, and got some of the weld grinded down. We got a bunch more grinding to do on this thing. We're actually going to hit the hole outside with a wire wheel and just knock some of this paint off. We're not going to paint it. We're just going to let it rust on its own, but get some of this white paint off so it kind of rusts more evenly, I guess. We're going to cut a door in it today. I don't know, somewhere. Probably split the middle and go a little bit below the center line, just a little bit. And Chelsea is working on figured out how to trace a moose and a bear off of a rug we have at home, so we can transfer that pattern onto here and then cut it out with the plasma cutter. We'll do multiple of them around here. I'm also going to do some vent holes in the bottom. I'm thinking probably got some 2-inch square tubing, or not 2-inch square tubing, 2-inch round pipe. So I'm going to blow some holes for that, and probably do 4 vents along the bottom going into towards where the logs will be stacked. That way they can get good air circulation, and hopefully this thing will draft good, and it'll be basically a smokeless fire pit. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'm gonna get to cleaning this thing up.
When I close my eyes and I think about my dreams, it's a million eyes and one set of strings. And I'm convinced that you're the only one that knows me. With you I'm already the man I wanna be. They don't understand just how much your heart means. It saved my life, it helped me forget the pain. Don't you worry, the love we have won't leave. You ain't in my head, you're in the way I breathe. I don't know where I'm going, but this road I'm on is taking me places I've never been. I don't do well on my own, but when you're here I swear the love you give's more than I could ever pay. Well, I just moved out west, and God, I'm scared to death of the things that people are aiming me to be. And how do I make sense of all this shit I'm in? It's like everyone wants to help but no one can see. And when I close my eyes and think about my dreams, it's a million eyes and one set of strings. And I'm convinced that you're the only one that knows me. With you I'm already the man I wanna be. They don't understand just how much your heart means. It saved my life, it helped me forget the pain. And don't you worry.
All right, we got it all finished up, got it back to the house. This is not its permanent location, this is just temporary. We're gonna go ahead and burn it and just do a test run and see if everything drafts properly, and hopefully all the smoke goes over our heads. But we already got it loaded up with a bunch of firewood. Just gonna get it going and try it out.
All over your fingers.
It's probably going to take a while for it to draft, if it's going to. It's also breezy out here. Alright, we'll let it get up to temperature and we'll let you know if it's going through the chimney like it's supposed to. Alright, we got her loaded up pretty good with wood. You can fit almost 40 logs in there if you wanted to, but we ended up moving it to the back side of the shop because it is breezy tonight. We got 15-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but this thing puts off a ton of heat. It's a little overkill right now, but I just wanted to show you how cool it looks when you really stoke it with wood coming out of all the holes and everything. And when the wind dies down, it does draft really good and go through the chimney, and you can pretty much be on any side of this and not have any smoke to deal with. But we really like it. I think it turned out awesome. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.